Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, coming at you with one of my new series for the kind of like history series with some of my family history I thought I'd share. Also, it's tied in with some military history. We're going to, for this episode, actually go to a World War One letter that was written by a great cousin of mine a long time ago in 1918. And it's actually about a little mention of a pretty famous battle. We did or I did the Veterans Breakfast Club last week, and they were talking about World War One history, and specifically more about the Meuse Argonne, which is the Meuse River and Argonne Forest in France, where there was the Germans were entrenched quite significantly, and there was a lot of losses on our side, the Americans. I believe we had about 120,000 casualties, they said. So a lot of men died fighting in that battle. It was, I guess, the heaviest casualty for any battle during the war for the U.S. My cousin here actually does mention that in there, which I did not catch at the time when I first typed this up for my grandparents way back in, I think it was 2010. That I was working on this project when I came across all these old letters that my grandparents had saved from their mothers. So I got them right here. I thought I'd share it with you and read it aloud because I thought it was pretty cool. So not every word is 100% certain. There are some that we're not entirely sure of that we couldn't make out, but we did our best back in 2010. This one is dated Wednesday, November 19th, 1918. His name is Lawrence E. Howe. He is in Company B of the 305th Regiment, which were part of the guys who were right there on the front lines. So he wrote, "Dearest Mother and all, it has been somewhat more than 3 weeks again since my last letter, and I am more than sorry, but no base censor envelopes fell into my hands, and our officers did no censoring. Consequently, our anxious mothers and friends are the sufferers. I'm sorry to make up by sending 2 or 3 in this envelope I now have." So obviously they weren't able to send out some letters because it might give away some of their positions and things, so they couldn't always write right away, or the bases or the superiors wouldn't send them because if they put something in there that the Germans could possibly intercept and get some secrets. So that's what the base censor means. This is the paragraph, which is pretty cool. "This beautiful but cold November morning finds me far advanced from the battle-scarred hills and in the beautiful valley of the Meuse." So the Meuse-Argonne battle was previously earlier in November and October. It lasted for quite a while. "It reminds me of the valley below Lock Haven, toward it around Williamsport," which is Williamsport, Pennsylvania. "Just as nice and scarcely more damaged than that, for all the Germans have occupied it so long. It is great contrast to the torn and devastated regions so long known as Dead Man's Land, up in the hills. We burst out of the rolling hills onto a point which overlooked the valley below, and winding down into the valley was a grand sight. Small towers and any," and then I put blank because I couldn't make out the word, "were to be seen situated in the wind's low ground, and except for a few shell holes and blown up bridges, we finally came to a country which showed just slight signs of no historic retreat, or flight may be more appropriate. We saw our first women and children yesterday, since away back in the very 1st of September. They are not as healthy looking as the East we saw apparently, but seemed more than happy. We have had some 2 months of most strenuous work, but thanks to a most lucky star shimmering over us, we have had very light casualties, even when we realize what we have lived under during those 2 months. Already, 5 of our company have fun thrilled, and a few their casualties who will recover all right." So I'm reading this word for word, so some of it's not grammatically correct. "Must go out and do some more repairing on our old and rattling trucks. We'll finish this a little later." So he put that in parentheses. So he's stopping his letter and he's going to come back. So obviously they didn't have cell phones back then, so it'd be like, you're texting, oh, BRB, be right back. It was letter form. So he goes on, he says, I took a short stroll about here, there, PM, and took some interesting pictures, which I hope soon to be able to show and describe to you. I'm not sure who has those pictures, to be honest. Anyway, the sights I saw was the end of our East Drive and the buzzing of our last dead. Let us all hope and pray for that fact, both American and German. Our losses were heavy, and mainly of Texas and Oklahoma boys, as they were at the fronts of the rush. Everything is peaceful about here now, except the moving of men plus guns forward, which is necessary to follow. Sorry, back to their frontier. And he put in parentheses the rhyme. We are to be among them of hope, and will possibly see real German soil. I'm feeling fine, and all hopefully that we'll see home by spring, and it seems logical that we may surprise all and possibly ourselves. And then it says your, and then blank, and I wasn't sure what that was. Letters and papers reach me pretty regularly, and regret that mine haven't been as regular to yours. Take the best of care of yourselves, and know that I'll soon see you now, probably sooner than you expect. Lovingly, Larry. So, I hope you enjoyed some family history there. I will put that letter up there so you can pause if you want to read it yourself. And just put that there. Take a look. So, pretty cool. I hope maybe possibly I can in the future like maybe do some scans and actually I put it up on a site or something so that more of my family can see it. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so I thought that was a pretty cool letter to do. I'm looking forward to doing more of his and maybe doing some more of the Civil War letters and some later letters as well that are appropriate to, I think, let you guys listen to and read. So thank you, Henry and Chris, for encouragement to start this series. And really appreciate you taking the time to watch. And thank you to the Veterans Breakfast Club for letting me join in on their sessions. That's really a lot of fun. So I look forward to being there on Monday. So talk to you guys all later. Bye.